Hey everybody, welcome to the next edition of the Warpaths update. Um, so yeah, there's been lots of things going on in the development, lots of new features and systems and engines and things going in, and a lot of those didn't have a visual component to them. And then some of them were so major that I had nothing to show until they were actually done. So that's what took so long for this particular update, and so what you may notice here, something that is new, is this big mangled asteroid floating out here. This is a good exemplar of the mini asteroids that are in the game now, and they're all unique. I tried to calculate out the statistics, but based on the number of models and just the number of limited materials I have in the game now to build an asteroid, there's several billion permutations that can exist. So it's actually going to be more than that. So awesome. Um, but every time you load up the game, it'll give you a different asteroid model, one of the models from the game. I'm hitting my keyboard here. I don't think that I left in. I used to have it where I could browse through them. I think I pulled that out. All right, so let's get in and start exploring. All right, so a couple things I just want to say right off the bat is you may see a couple of glitches where you're seeing through an asteroid here and there. There's some teleport glitches I'm still working through that occasionally have issues on. But these are just little things to fix as I go. So that pretty purple and blue star over there is our home star, and you know it's I kind of like it. It's I hadn't decided on what color uh, the star in the solar system would be, but as I started playing around, I thought that sort of lavender blue is it would be kind of a cool effect. Um, And also, I'm still working with some of the space debris and fog stuff, so occasionally I'll go in and out. There'll be heavy fog, and then there'll be like no fog. So, you know, eventually that'll be fairly predictable or standardized. So I'm moving really slowly right here, just to sort of give a sense of the sun. The coronal ejections and everything are dynamic. You'll see them animating, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's kind of a neat effect. And then down here we have a stand-in for the home world. This is not the artwork that I'll use for the eventual home world, but is just a stand-in. So both of these are billboards in the system, or I should say in the scene. So they stay in place off in the distance where I can travel to these asteroids and explore them. I can't easily travel to those things. Uh, I could theoretically, but the amount of time it would take me at the speeds that I have on the ship right now would be equivalent of how long it takes us to get to Mars. So it's not exactly something that's close. So, but they do serve as a good sort of a billboard or a sign to which way you're looking in the at the moment in your area. So right now we're in a asteroid field that is, I believe it's 50 kilometers uh, in it's 100 kilometers wide. That's right, in all directions. Um, so there's approximately in just this one asteroid field, approximately 4,000 or so asteroids to discover. And this is not the only asteroid field in the game, so they, you know, It's theoretically infinite, but I'm probably going to put some sort of, cap on it. But here we come up to an asteroid, get nice and close, and sort of see the texture system work on it. So the way the asteroid texturing system works is there's a layering of three different types of substance textures, uh, and then a mask which can be randomized uh, to show how some of those how those textures sort of interplay with each other. But the way it works is there's an outer texture, which this one is using a dark outer texture, as you can see. There's a primary ore texture. This one has sort of some red in it. Um, I am trying to remember which ore that is. They all do have a meaning, and they're all based on real ores. So you will be able to use the colors you see as a guide to give you an idea of what the primary or predominant makeup of the asteroid is. Um, and then it looks like there's also that yellow in there. It looks like it's probably sulfur. So this one, if you're looking for, that might be rubidium. Not a, not 100% sure. Um, so we'll come around this here, and let's see. Oh, there's one we can go to. Pick our poison. You see the one off to the left. That's green, so that indicates it's probably uranium. There's not too many green ores, and there's no living material on any of these asteroids, so it's not like it's got moss growing on it. This one is a neat one. It actually looks a little bit like real ores you would see on Earth. But let's see, we'll come in here into the bowl. I am using the boosters here to move a little bit more rapidly. And upward thrusters to sort of counter my speed a little bit. A little backwards thrust. I'm flying with a dual analog stick, PlayStation 4 controller. So I got some downward motion. I'm quite a ways away here. So I'll switch my camera to a top-down view. I can sort of see my way downwards as I go. If I want to look from the left, I can see definitely that I've got some altitude still. Roll a little bit. And I can look from the front. That's the left again. That's the right. Showed you the top before. And then I can come back to my chase view. Alright, so still coming down. I should have been flying the entire time I was talking. We're going to speed this up. Come in a little more hot. Slow down at the last second here. And then drop. And boom, hit hard. So that was fun. Fun, hard hit. Lock it in place. So let's get down here again. Sort of talk about what we'll be able to do next in the game. So now that we have the asteroids and we can discover them, one of the next phases of the game is I'll be able to jump out of my ship here and walk around on the surface of the asteroid and build extraction, ore extraction tools, miners, mining facilities, etc., and then processing facilities, things to process it. Defenses, I'll have to have power generation, and then be able to build some weapons to defend it from rogue factions that may come in trying to take my ores or destroy my equipment or whatever, or enemies later on in the game. So likewise, I might be flying around on this asteroid, and I look over to this asteroid and I see, hey, there might be a building on it, so I can fly over to it and lay down next to it, get out and enter it. It might be an abandoned mine, might be a currently occupied mine, could be a hideout where pirates are, sort of using as a makeshift base. So all kinds of things like that are possibilities. This is a different makeup one. I don't think I've been to this one recently. So that looks like copper and what is the blue? Is that cobalt? Looks like a copper cobalt asteroid. I think that's what the blue is. So this is kind of cool. So yeah, I mean, there we go with the home planet there setting behind the asteroid. Had a neat moment yesterday when I first got everything. I think I'm going to clip here. Oh no, I missed. Good. When I first got everything set up, and I landed on my first asteroid, and it just so happened that the sun was setting right over the edge of the horizon of the asteroid, and yeah, it was just kind of cool. It was one of those moments when you start to think, it's building a world. So, all right, well, that is the status of where we're at and where we're heading. So, as always, like and share and tell everybody about it. Talk to you later.